Okay. And the last point I want to make, Mr. Manager, is that yesterday, as you know, I was deeply disappointed, by your action. Eh, Typically, I meet with you every Monday at 4 o'clock, but yesterday was highly uh, was a very busy day for me. So I had my assistant call your office to let you know that I would not be able to meet with you at 4, and they gave me the time to meet with you right after this ceremony yesterday. Right after the ceremony, I went to my office, sat down about 30 minutes. I didn't see you. Then I proceeded to ask her, where's the manager? And you were upstairs, your assistant upstairs say you were in the meeting. When I'm done here waiting for you, I want to know what happened. Is this a lack of respect? Is it like I don't care? You can sit there and wait all you want, but whatever it just came up, I'm just gonna leave, and I couldn't care less whether you wait or not. I mean, to me, this is totally unacceptable. That's not the way a city manager behaves toward the mayor. I hope that this doesn't recur. Go ahead.
Sir, I don't know what your staff told you, but the prior week, Council Vice Mayor had requested her official meeting be moved. We accepted that appointment. I was here in the chambers, and I went upstairs. No one said to me you were waiting for me for 30 minutes until after I saw your text message. I did respond. There was no intent for me to disrespect you or have you waiting. It's just that there's miscommunication on the timing because of
Yeah, but you
your
agreed to meet
request.
with me after the
I
after the
never, I
after the
never,
event. No,
I never agreed to anything. There was, I never talked to your staff.
my staff tells me that your staff said, okay, no problem. The manager will meet with the mayor right after the event we had yesterday. Right after. That's the message I got.
Okay, well, then I'll speak to my staff and your staff and find out where the miscommunication. It was not me disrespecting you at all, sir.
All right, that's it for me.
Okay. On my agenda to speak this evening real quickly, Mr. Tonkin already mentioned it. I am very concerned about red tides. We had all kinds of notices over the week that the red tides were at Hollover, South Beach. If the red tides do go to Hollover, they will come through Government Cut, they will come through our bay, they will come up our canals, and specifically while the red tide was out there, we were also having king tide, and that means it doesn't have to rain, but the water from specifically on 124th Street, the 124th Street Canal, the water comes up through the drains. We have tried to do some stoppage of it with bladders, whatever, but we've got water coming up from the canal with red tide, maybe just minute now, but it's not, it's coming. We've never had this. This is an issue. I had to tell my husband, don't walk the dog on that street because he'll drink the puddles. Flesh-eating bacteria. I am really concerned that this red tide is coming into our city. We are a waterfront community. I'm asking, and I've already talked to staff, I'm asking that we get whatever funding we can, request federal and or state funding to help us stop the king tides from coming up into our streets. I don't think there's, I know the people who live on Laurel Lane complain. They had excess seaweed a couple times. It was horrible. Well, seaweed smells. Red tide is a lot worse. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, this is nature. I do believe that we should be checking into that ban if we're not already banning the pesticides in our city. I would like a resolution for that.
We did.
All of it, the Roundup,
We did.
the weed and everything?
We already did it.
Okay, as long as we've covered everything, no more pesticides to be used, because that is one of the problems, and it's really serious. So, I also thank staff, you put out a notice of the timing of the king tide, and we've got to keep our residents, aware, so thank you for that. Maybe next time we could hand deliver, for those we don't have emails, maybe code or one of our departments could just take that flyer, just put it at everybody's house. It's just the one street. I could even do it if you give it to me. I walk there all the time, so that's important. On a better note, just check the weather. We're going to have a sunny weekend. I hope everybody will come out to our,
Meteorologist.
I am a, hey, weather bug and Weather Channel. We have a bike ride Saturday morning. I hope you'll all join us. We're going to go to Bagel Bar East. We're also going to Councilman DeSumi and Councilman Bienime's Health Fair. We're going to stop there at Griffin Park. So we've got a great ride planned. Join us, and then come rest. And Saturday night is our La Gran Fiesta. Beautiful weather. We always have rain. This should be a great year of good bands. We have food and drinks and a lot of sponsors. Should be a very good time, a lot of dancing and music. So please come join us. It's free. We'll be within the noise ordinances, so please come on out. Thank you.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Then you can do your
You want to go, Councilman? Because I have a couple of things, Mr. Mayor, I want to address. Mr. Manager, first and foremost, I have three main items I would like to discuss. I know we said we wanted to meet with several departments, but definitely with CPND and personnel regarding the issue that I mentioned with not the police, but the non-civilian applicants. I need to get an answer for that and the procedure of the hiring, because it's taking too long. It's been over 6 months for some of those applicants, so I need to either meet with you or Joe, whoever that I need to meet with, to share my concern regarding hiring for the police department. The other question, police, if we could meet with the chief. I am concerned, as you know, as I was here, I just been told that there was a shooting in my area. Not very pleased, because I've been getting ongoing call, and Ms. Brown and all those folks who stay there. We got to do something, because I know a plan is working out, but we got to work something out, because this is becoming a little bit too. We used to have isolated incident in that area, but now it's a little bit too frequent, too often. I want to mention something that I'm not too pleased about, and I'm glad that the chief is still here, that we could bring this. I know a lot of people mentioned the Biscayne Time, cited a couple of stuff, but I read an article September 26th in the Miami New Time, and it was talking about our police department, and nobody mentioned it, although they talk about the other stuff, but this is very concerning, where we are one of the probably the most in South Florida, where we are still issuing citation. And that's an issue very, very dear to me. The number has increased. We have over 214 arrests that's been made for small weed package, less than 20 gram.
We haven't gone to civil citation. Civil citation.
Civil citation. And I'm concerning about that, and I need a report. And I thought we were following what the county, I know, the county passed this resolution that we all were on board a couple years ago. So I am very, very concerned, because when I looked at the numbers, and the article was very in detail about North Miami, where in the last year, they made over 200 and it was 500 something arrests in the last 2 years with folks with less than 20 gram of weed. And that was something that the county, Ms. Heyman and all those championed, that we all were on board. I thought we did, but apparently it did not go into effect, or is it? So I want to know, is it in effect? How many folks that we have arrested, and why was it still happening, and if it's still happening now? Because I'm concerned, and it's very alarming. And this article was just,
That's the chief.
well, the manager. It was just in the Miami time 20. That's what I thought. So
I'll look into the matter.
is the chief? Can we ask the chief? Yeah, I remember Commissioner Heyman, all of the commissioners. It was something. If anybody, it's in the Miami Time, September 26th article. It's a big article, and it says North Miami Police Department made more arrests than most of these, and it's concerning. So, and the article stated 214 arrests were made in civil citation for less than 20 gram of weed, and 42, and I think North Miami Beach made only 42, where and I think that's way before. But based on the arrests database that we have. So I am very, very concerned. Yes, Chief.
Chief Larry Juriga, North Miami Police Department. What can I answer for you, Councilman?
Well,
Oh,
the
this is
fidelity
arresting
of the,
people.
yes,
We
of the
arrested
article.
people.
So
I don't know the exact number of arrests we've made. I do know that
it
we
was 214 based on the article as of September 26. It was, from 2015, it's 524 versus North Miami Beach for only 42. So, and, yes.
I can find out the exact numbers for you and provide that to you as soon as possible.
Okay, so is it still a policy in the police department where we are arresting folks with less than 20 gram?
We have the civil citation program that we implemented at the beginning of this year, and it's up to the officer's discretion based on all the circumstances of the particular case.
So why are we higher than other cities? I mean, if we're beating Miami Beach and North Miami Beach, obviously it's a problem. If the Miami Time would look at us as a police department and profile us out of the entire county, that's alarming to me. And I would definitely would like to see those data before Friday, Mr. Manager.
You have it.
Okay. Is that,
That's it?
that's
But the second point,
basically,
to follow up with your question, can you find out about that county resolution that,
no, yes.
the county resolution, and I think, after they pass it, then
Did we install it?
yeah, we did that.
So,
When
but
We
you
did
first
that.
came,
I
2
remember,
months-
but
Yeah, what the
We-
chief just stated
we-
is the county's
I
policy.
Is the
spoke
po-
directly with County Commissioner, and upon speaking with her, after I was made interim, we pushed it forward and ended up having it taken care of. And now we've implemented it at the beginning of this year. I believe we have 36 people who have been issued the citations. But again, it depends on the totality of the circumstances, whether or not we're going to make an arrest or not.
I would like to see those numbers. But it is at the discretion of the officer
That is correct.
that if it's less than 20?
It's
or
less than
what's
20 grams, but there's a variety of different, I think it's a total of 7 or 8 that they have the discretion. We suggest that they do not use the civil citation on trespassing. They don't use the civil citation on loitering and prowling. You catch somebody in a particular area at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's not the time
Absolutely.
for us to
Because-
say, we're going to give them a citation and let them stay there. Those are the times where we want them to get them out of there to make sure people's property and the people themselves are safe.
Okay. It is alarming and concerning when I read the article. I thought they were talking about Miami, and then they say North Miami. All right, thank you. So can we, no, Mr. Manager, so when can we meet with these folks? Because I'm getting Wednesday, tomorrow, between tomorrow and Thursday. Okay, thank you.
Friday, Saturday.
NMA, nothing?
No, nothing.
All right. Mr. Attorney, do you have anything to report?
We'll be rescheduling the executive session for before next council meeting. Yeah, so for 2 weeks.
Well, you did that just because of me?
No, we didn't have quorum yesterday.
Oh, I thought that was that important. Mr. Manager,
No report, sir, thank you.
all right, motion?
So move to adjourn.
Thank you.
Good.